Let's get started. All right, everybody. Go ahead and find the end of your mat. And let's start by rolling your shoulders. Is anybody sore from Friday? Yeah, I was pretty tired.
Since we didn't show up.
There we go. All right, now you're all muted. All right. Good, take a deep breath. Good, bring it down into a soft fold, bend your knees. Just let your back hang there for a moment. And unhinge. Good, take a breath. And you're gonna turn to your left, put your left hand on the back of your leg and just a gentle twist here. Look over and beyond your shoulder, look at your left heel. Good, take it up and we'll go the other way. Good, and take a deep breath up and exhale over into a fold. Good, walk back. Take your right leg back first, then your left, and go to a downward dog. Good. From this downward dog, put your knees down and just sit back into a child's pose. Spread out those fingers on the mat. Come forward and just lift into a plank. Pull the shoulder blades down and chaturanga to up dog. Tuck your feet and go back to downward dog. Step in with your left, then your right. Inhale, standing extension. And exhale and fold. Step back with your left. Then your right. Downward dog. Push those heels down. Feel the legs lengthen in the back. Squeeze the bones in your legs with your muscles. Inhale, drop the knees, toes together, child's pose. Spread those fingers out. Shift your weight forward and lift into a plank. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale to up dog. Tuck your feet. Go back to downward dog. Step forward with your right and then your left. Inhale, standing extension. And exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, and unhinge. All right, pretty basic salutation there. We're actually going to cycle through that a few times, going a little bit faster, but if you need to go slower, do that, right? All right, so here we go. Bring the hands into prayer. We are going to add a chair there at the beginning just to help those legs get really warm. So hands are here in prayer. Good. Take a breath. Exhale into chair. Squeeze everything. Lift up your toes, pressing through the heels. Drive the belly in. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here. On that last exhale, over you go into fold, lift into standing extension, giving that rib cage a chance to lift off the hips. Exhale and fold. Inhale, step back with your right and then your left. Downward dog. Drop the knees on your inhale. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale, come forward to plank and hold. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale to up dog. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, push the heels down. Step forward with your left, then your right. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Step back with your left, and then your right. One inhale, one exhale. Inhale as you drop your knees. Exhale, sit back. One inhale, one exhale. Inhale to plank, hold. One inhale, exhale. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale to up dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, flip it back to downward dog. One inhale and one exhale. Step forward with your right and then your left. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Inhale, unhinge. Exhale to prayer. Inhale, exhale into chair. 5 breaths here. Really try to pull the shoulder blades down. If it starts to bother your neck, bring your hands here into prayer and focus on rolling the shoulders back. On your last inhale, push it up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale, fold. Step back with your right, then your left. Downward dog, one inhale and one exhale. Knees down, sit back. Inhale to plank. Chaturanga to up dog. Back to downward dog. Step forward right. Step forward left. Standing extension and fold. Step back left and step back right. Knees to the ground. Sit back, child's pose. Forward to plank. Chaturanga to up dog. Flip it over, downward dog. Step forward right. And then step forward left. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, unhinge. Take a breath up. Bring the hands into prayer. One more time through. Inhale up. Exhale into chair. So we should be breathing a little harder now. So I want you to focus on your breath, not letting yourself breathe really hard, but pull the breath in, slowly let it release. Pull the breath in, slowly let it release. And lift. Hinge over. Exhale. Lift into standing extension. Inhale. Exhale. Fold farther. Make sure as you fold, keeping your feet, the weight of your legs equal. Step back with your right. And then your left. Downward dog. One inhale. And one exhale. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, child's pose. One inhale. And one exhale. Inhale, slide forward to plank. One inhale. Exhale. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale to up dog. One inhale. And an exhale. Flip it over, back to downward dog. Step forward left. And then your right. Inhale, standing extension. Inhale and fold. Exhale and fold, rather. Left leg back. Right leg back. Downward dog. Knees to the ground. And sit it back. Forward into plank. Wrists are right underneath those shoulders. Chaturanga to up dog. And back to downward dog. Step forward right. And then step forward left. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Good. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, unhinge. Take your arms behind you. Roll the shoulders open. Good. Drop right ear to right shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. Come center. Now give your shoulders one big shoulder roll so you can drop deeper, and then drop your chin forward. Good, and release. Good job. All right. Take a breath. Let's keep moving. Inhale up. Good. Bring the hands into prayer. Now keep your hands here in prayer. Sit into chair here. Good. Now, lift your arms. And then we're going to push them all the way out. Bring them back into prayer. When I get to here, I'm going to squeeze my legs and try to pick up my heels. Still in chair, so not diver's pose. Sink into it and set it down. Lift, push away, and up we go. Squeeze those calves and down. One more time. You should be feeling those legs. Lift, push away, bring it up. Practicing our balance too. Now from here, see if you can lift all the way up. I'm still on the balls of my feet. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, drop it. Hinge and fold. Good. Step back with your right foot. Turn your right foot. Come up to warrior two. Take a second to roll those shoulders out of the ears. Open up that stance. Straighten your legs. Kick your right hip away, and we're going over to triangle. Keep that left hand light. But imagine your body sliding through 2 panes of glass here. Get everything in one line. Bend your left knee. Come back to warrior 2. Straighten your legs again. This time go up. Reverse triangle. Squeeze those legs. Not just the back one. A little longer holds today. 5 breaths or so each. Go back to warrior 2. And spiral here. Put your right hand on the floor and turn your back heel up. Revolve your lunge. And back to downward dog. Good. Take your left leg, lift it to 3-leg dog. Now a little high lunge here. Watch. We're going to step forward with the left. Exhale to high lunge. Come back down, 3-leg dog. Step forward with the left. High lunge. Both hands down, 3-leg dog. Step forward with the left. So same side, up, down, bring it up, and forward with the left. Last time. And bring that down, and then find your plank. Chaturanga up dog. Good. Walk the knees wide. Sit back into child's pose. Good. Now, you can do this on your knees, or you can do this with straight legs. But first, we're all going to lay on the floor. So lay down. Now, I'm not lifting all the way out into a full extension. I'm going to keep my feet on the floor, keep my core engaged, and I'm just picking up my hands. Good. Now, put your hands down. Exhale, push up. Try not to peel off the floor. Drop back down, pick up your hands. Put them down, push them up. Drop down, pick up your hands. Put them down, push up. Drop down, pick up your hands. Drop down, push them up. Drop down, hands, down, up. To the floor. Lift, hands up. 2 more. Lift, hands down, push. 1 more. Lift, down, and this time, woo, lift up, come to tabletop. Good job. Just enjoy a cat-cow here. Give your time to roll those shoulders if you wish. Good, then find that neutral spine. So we talk about neutral spine all the time, but I want you to picture it today like it's a bucket of water. And there's a lip on the bucket in the front of it and the back of it. So if I go into cat stretch, if I imagine that bucket of water being flat, I should be pouring the water out the back of the bucket here. Good. And now if I go to cow, I'm pouring water out of the front of the bucket, yeah? So if I want a neutral spine, I have to make that completely level. So try to picture that in your mind's eye, where I'm not pouring water out the front or the back. Good. Extend your left arm, and we're going to thread the needle. Try to keep that neutral spine as you drop over. There's a twist there, obviously. Beautiful. Go ahead and make your way to the other side. Come back out of that. Good. We're just going to twist our child's pose. Take your left leg and extend it out behind you and then cross it up high. So I want you to relax and just sit back into your hips. You'll actually push so that front knee will probably come up, but I'm not trying to sit down on my glutes. I'm just pushing back into my hips. Of course, if this isn't comfortable, you can always just do child's pose. Good. Bring yourself out of that and just swing your left leg all the way around, and we'll be up into a kneeling lunge. So really just relax forward into this. We did this on Friday as well. We just held this. Remember, if you're feeling like you're having to push back against yourself with that left leg, try to take your foot a little wider and create more of this space so that you can just kind of fall into it. Good. Open up those collarbones by putting your hands behind you. Good. Now your foot might already be wider. I'm just going to set my hands down and I'm on the inside of my legs. So we've got the beginnings of lizard pose here. I just want you to roll onto the blade of your foot so that you're looking at the bottom of your foot. It's like you just stepped in something, right? So all I did was this. I just opened this up. It is not about this leg. I know that's where you feel it, but I want you to think about this hip, keeping that hip down. So a lot of times I'll see people, they get this open, but they back their hip up. Keep that hip forward. Good. You can come down to the elbows. You can stay up tall. I actually tend to push down through my hip better by staying on my hands. So a lot of times you'll see me stay up because I'm really focusing on my hip flexor. Good. Now this is purely optional. You can just hold this, or look what I'm doing. I'm just kind of gently rocking. Now for some people, their bodies aren't made to do this, and it will tell you pretty quickly if this is not comfortable. All right. I will tell you, make sure your foot behind you is relaxed. You don't want the toes on the floor here because then you're rolling on the knee joint. Yeah, you kind of want to be above on top of the knee joint here. Good. Yeah, just kind of rocking the hips from side to side. Good. Then you can start to back the hips up and come to flat-footed. Good. And from here, let's just take everything in the opposite direction. Pull the hips back. If you want to walk the foot back in narrow, you can. Good. Shift your weight. Inhale, step in to standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees and lift your gaze. Roll your shoulders. Good. So should have felt like on a graph, the difficulty or the heart rate anyway of that side should have kind of went like this and then came down. We're going to do it again. All right. Woo. So go ahead, take a breath, get your posture, pull that core in, and we're going to sink into chair. Hands are in prayer. Good. So make sure you're pulling the shoulder blades back here. It's not here, right? It's here. Here we go. Stay on your heels. Spread out those toes so they're ready to go. Up we go with the hands. Push. Feel the shoulder blades almost touch. And then keep them there. Lift up onto the balls of your feet. Squeeze your calves, squeeze your knees, squeeze your core, but smile. Let it down. Up with the hands. Out with the hands. Heels come up, back to prayer. Heels go down, up with the hands, out with the hands, up with the heels, prayer. Heels down, up with the hands, out with the hands. One more time. And then this time you see if you can lift it. Into standing mountain, up on those heels, or off those heels. Big breath. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, standing extension. Lengthen that spine out and soften. You're going to step back with your left leg. Turn it. And come up to warrior two. Roll those shoulders out of your ears. As we get tired, we start doing this. Pull everything open. Straighten. Push away and over to triangle. Keep your right hand light. Squeezing through both legs here. You should feel like the quads in both legs are very active. Inhale, come up. See if you can go a little deeper. Go back to warrior two. And straighten. This time we go up. Squeeze both legs. Even the quads here are squeezing as you push down. And exhale. Back to warrior two. And begin to spiral here. Your left heel's coming up. Right heel, or left heel is up. Right heel is down. Revolve your lunge. Squeeze that back foot. And both hands down. Pick up or go back to downward dog rather. I was gonna say three-leg dog. We're not quite there yet. Here we go. Here we go. Right leg up to three-leg dog. Take your breath with you. Inhale, step forward, right. Exhale and unhinge. Both hands go down. Step back and lift. Step forward, inhale. Exhale and lift. Both hands go down. Exhale, push up. Inhale, step forward. Exhale and lift. Inhale, come down. Exhale, push up. Inhale, step forward. Exhale and lift. Inhale, come down. Exhale and lift. Reset. Drop your knees and come back to child's pose. Good, bring yourself to tabletop. Good, and just find that bucket of water again, cat, cow. Good, and thread the needle. You're gonna go to your left shoulder first. And then the other one. And bring those hips forward. Activate your shins there, so tuck your toes. Here we go. Lower down. Here we go. Lift the hands. Place the hands down. Exhale and lift. Come down. Pick up the hands. Squeeze the back. Place the hands down. Pick up and lift. Come down. Lift the hands. Down. Pick up. Down. Hands. Hands down. Push up. Down. Hands. Hands down. Push up. Down. Hands. Hands down. Push up. Two more. Down. Hands. Hands down. One more. Down. Hands. Hands down. And push up. Good job. Bring yourself back. Take your right leg behind you. Cross it up high. Push back. Twisting your child's pose. Weight goes back to the hips here. Give those shoulders a chance to say, what the heck? Happy Monday. And come forward. Just unwrap that leg and swing it forward. Again, rather than being in a line, think about taking your foot wider. So there's this kind of hip hole that you're just sort of sitting yourself into versus leaning forward. Let yourself just fall into it. Shouldn't take a lot of effort. Do make sure you're relaxing your back foot, so we don't want to be here. You can try that and see how it feels. When you do this, feel the pressure you put on your knee. So now we're slowing everything down just a bit, right, from the beginning of that cycle. So you should feel like we're kind of in that downward slope. If you're still here going, that's okay too. Bring your hands to the center. Again, focusing on the hips being forward here. And then let yourself roll onto the blade of that right leg. So we tend to focus on the knee opening there, but it's really the hip joint, right? Good, and just begin to rock side to side if you want to. Again, you can just hold it if this rocking doesn't feel right for you. And slowly reset your foot. You can walk the foot in if you want to. Just relax back here into your hamstring. Feel the back lengthen here. And as you inhale, you'll come forward, lifting that back leg. Step into standing extension. Exhale and fold. Good. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, roll out of that or unhinge. Good job. All right, take your hands, clasp them behind your head. I'll give a little shoulder break here. I just want you to squeeze your shoulder blades. And just imagine someone walking up behind you and just gently grabbing your elbows and pulling them backward. Yeah. So we notice the elbows opening, but what else do you notice? You should feel like your shoulder blades are coming in. You should feel like that space where your shoulders and your back of your arms and your shoulder blades, so right in that rear delt area, all of that is squeezing. Take a breath, and now let everything go as you let the elbows fall forward and your chin goes to your chest. Now notice I didn't say you're pulling. You're not pulling at all. You're just kind of letting the weight of your hands and the weight of your arms guide you. Good, lift that back up and open it back up. So unlike if I were in a fold, seated fold, and I had someone come behind me and push on my back, right? That's assisting me and it's gonna push me further. I do not wanna do that when it comes to my neck, my cervical vertebra. So just let it go. Good, release your hands as your head rises. Roll your shoulders. Good, now we're gonna do one set of some balance, interchanging, back and forth balance, all right? The first 10 that we're gonna do are called reciprocal reaches, all right? So the more you can keep your body in line, the more work it's gonna do. All right, so the first one, I'm gonna start hands in prayer and mountain pose. I'm just turning this way because I'm gonna start with my right leg, and this is my right leg. So I wanna touch my toe behind me, and I'm gonna lift my left arm and create this line between my heel and my hand up top. This is gluing to my side, and I'm just pitching straight over. Now I don't wanna turn outward. Keep yourself forward, all right? So I'm gonna come down, and then I'm going to put my feet together. Inhale as you switch. Pitch over and come up, switch, up, hinge over, and up. Arms, switch. So as you switch those arms, there's a little weight shift happening. Down, up, hinge, so this isn't rushed, and up. If I'm going too fast, you go slower, miss a couple, it's okay. Just let your breath move naturally, but when you start on this hinge, you should be exhaling. But if you breathe a couple times as you switch, that's okay. That should be an inhale. Then you exhale here. The rest of it, just kind of let your breath go with you. We're gonna go one more on each side. Good, take a deep breath here and just soft fold. Bend your knees, give that back just a little bit of a break. I like to think of a soft fold as kind of a standing child's pose. Good, and unhinge. All right, second set you're familiar with. Inhale, right leg lifts, single leg chair. Good, now listen, come up, sit into chair. Come up, lift your left, single leg chair. Come up, sit into chair. Lift up, single leg chair. Do I care what you do with your arms? Not at this point. You can keep them out here if you want to. Whatever works for you. I want you to focus on keeping your weight in your legs, keeping the hips engaged. I'm exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. Starting to get really loose, so I'm trying to sit in deeper. Yes, aha. Should feel your heart rate going up. That's it, guys. Hang in there. One more on each side. One more chair. And lift. Soft fold again. Woo, yeah. Go ahead and take your hands up to your shins. Lift into a standing extension. Give it just a second here. And then take your hands up to your thighs and let your back sink. Standing cow. And then round it. Pour that water out the back of the bucket. Standing cat. Good, flatten your spine. So now find that neutral spine. Good, Now we pick up the hips, but we don't move the back. Exhale and fold. Good. Walk back to downward dog. Good. Take your right leg under you. It's time for some pigeon. Walk that leg back. Flex your right foot. Square off your hips if you can. Make sure you're flexing that right foot. And again, stay up as high or reach low. But remember, if you're going down, you're not rounding over your shin. You should be reaching the spine forward. Keep your weight pressing down in the back knee. Breathe into your back here. Good. Walk yourself up and go back to downward dog. And when you're ready, we switch sides. Again, modify to the hip if you need to. That's what I'm doing today. Good. Now from here, I just want you to walk yourself forward and then just lay yourself down. Oh, we're going to do those push-ups again. I'm just kidding. We're really not. Okay. Reach your arms out. Take your left leg, bend it in. Now reach back with your left hand and grab your foot. Now I want you to keep your right side long and put your forehead on the floor if you can. Really try to relax, thinking of pushing your foot into your hand. Feel that left shoulder roll open. Feel your left hip getting heavier and heavier. Good. I just want you to inhale, release it, stretch your body out, and exhale. When you're ready, just switch sides. Let that right shoulder open. So we tend to squeeze the hamstring here. Give yourself time to relax your hamstring. Push your foot into your hand, roll your shoulder open, and let the right hip sink. Good. Let it release. Stretch your whole body out. Good. Bring your hands by your chest and push yourself up and back. And then bring your toes toward the center of your mat. Walk your knees out as wide as they'll go. Good. Keep those heels pressing back toward your hips pressing back toward your heels. Reach the arms out. Drop your heart to the floor. Good. Walk yourself up and just swing your legs around. Go ahead and lay down. Good. Now, lift into a bridge. Good. Now lower that down. Now we're going to do another bridge, but it's just going to be kind of a twist. All right. So just listen to me. I'm going to take my right foot only, just a little wider than my mat. Now I'm going to keep my left hand down on the mat. I'm going to reach my right hand above my head and over toward my left shoulder. So because my right leg is out further, I'm actually going to wind up twisting, and you should be on your left shoulder. So I'll hold this here if you're not sure what I just said. My right foot is wider. I'm on my left shoulder. Left arm is down. Right arm is up. Good. Lower that down, and you have to bring it back to the center. Now I take my left foot wider, leave my right arm down, twist to my right. So I'm going to my right shoulder, reach over my head toward the right side. Nice stretch there in the individual hip flexors. Good, and release. Take a big breath. Exhale, draw your knees in. Woo. We didn't spend a ton of time on the floor today. We spent quite a bit of time on the floor on Friday. So if you want to go to the YouTube channel and go back to that video, it's a great floor time there at the end. So open up your arms. Keep both shoulders flat on the floor. I don't want you to look one way as your knees drop. Drop one way so that your legs can go as far as they're going to go. Then take a breath, exhale, and add to the turn by looking in the opposite direction. This is a great recovery stretch, and it feels good, but it's still a stretch. And sometimes we approach it more like we're flopping on the floor to relax, but we're not quite there yet. Good, bring it back to the center. Good, so now we're gonna drop over. Again, don't look yet. Let your legs go where they're gonna go. Let them reach their full potential. Then inhale, then exhale, reach over and look. Hopefully you feel the difference. So you feel like you're going a little bit further. You should. When we twist the upper and the lower together, we kind of sacrifice for our inequalities there, and we wind up maybe not taking the legs as far over. And bring everything to the center. Put your feet on the floor. Let your knees fall together. You can stay right there. I'm keeping my arms out wide today because my arms are tired. Or let your legs fall. But it's whatever you need to do. Remember, there's no wrong way to rest. The only wrong way to rest is to not rest. So find the position today. Maybe it's not what you've ever done before. Find what's going to work today to let you sort of be like a computer, right? Where, you know, something's wrong with it. The first thing we do is shut it off and turn it back on, right? So we want to be able to shut ourselves down and restart. As always, let your focus go to your breath first. Soften your jaw and your tongue. Hear your breath moving through the back of your throat, going all the way down to your belly. Feel your head sinking into the floor. Let your shoulder blades melt outward into the floor. Journey down your spine, stopping anywhere you need to breathe or adjust. Just savor every moment that you have here. Visualize your heart rate slowing down. And begin to feel your body in contact with the floor. Take your time wiggling your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, draw your knees into your heart. And roll to one side. And when you're ready, join me seated. Good job, guys. Bring your hands to prayer. Inhale up. I want you to take your fingertips to the floor behind you here. You can just put the fingertips down. You can also flatten the hands, whichever is most comfortable for you. But roll those shoulders open. Good. Press your elbows towards the midline. Good. And release. Now we're just going to press those hands away. And turn your thumbs back. So palms are up. Inhale up. Clasp your hands. Push your knuckles forward. Make your back letter C. Tuck your chin. Inhale up. And bring the hands to heart center. Woo! God bless you guys. Excellent job. Namaste. Have an extraordinary week. I hope to see you on Wednesday. And I will see you guys later. I'll be around if you have any questions. Awesome job, everyone.
Thank you, Mrs. McClendon.
Bye,
Have a good day.
You're welcome, guys.
Have a good day.